Well, what is going on? Welcome back to Clayton Schick Outdoors. Of course, I'm Clayton Schick. This is the wonderful outdoors. I'm back up at one of my favorite places, Baker's Narrows Lodge in northern Manitoba, doing something I haven't done here yet, and that's an all-day walleye hunt. I'm going to do my top 5. I've always wanted to chase walleye on Athabasca Lake. I just haven't really done much of it. I've gone out for a little bit. I've caught some nice fish here. I caught a 29-incher a couple years ago. It was a beautiful fat fish, and that really makes me want to go out there and see what I can accomplish in one full day of walleye fishing. I always do my best when I focus on one species for the whole day, and that's it. I do like to obviously fish for different species, but I find myself when I mix it up from pike to walleye to lake trout throughout the day, I don't do as well if I try to target just one species for that whole day. So top 5 walleye, Athabasca, Baker's Narrows, let's go. And away we go. Oh, right here. Reverse, drop down. Oh yeah, I got pretty close to it. Oh yeah, oh look at that, followed all the way down. Like that. Come on. It was definitely into that. It still might be into it actually. Definitely went to it as soon as it followed. There's another one there too. Come on. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Might change colors. Maybe one size smaller, maybe too right now. Could be a good idea too. Come on. Here we go. Come on. Oh, I think he bumped it. Come on. There we go. Nice. Okay, third bait we've switched to. Maybe it's going to be the one. What do we have here? Be a walleye. It's not very big. It's a walleye though. We're on some walleye. We're going to register him just because it's our first Athabasca walleye this year, baby. 18 1/4. Well, he may be small, but he's a big deal to me right now. Went to a hyper rattle, clown colored hyper rattle. I don't know if it's the spot, because I'm obviously in a little bit different spot too, or if it's the bait, right? It's one thing you can never really determine in terms of bait, spot, time of day, everything, right? Like, so many factors. I think I just continue ripping around with the hyper rattle. I guess I've got jig and a minnow, I've got tickle tail out, I've got another jig with just a minnow head, I've got the hyper rattle, I've got a pile of different baits out, and I've caught one fish so far. That's the way it goes. They'll turn on eventually. These marks are chasing possibly here. Oh yeah, got one. Okay, I think my best bet is just gonna be to drive around and sharpshoot like I do best. It's my favorite style of fishing for sure. Obviously jigging a minnow is fun too, but I do like to sharpshoot more than anything. Not that big of a fish again, but it's a walleye. It's a walleye. Well, they're getting smaller instead of bigger, 17 1/4. Not to say that I won't go and still fish a jig and a minnow at times, especially if I'm on a bunch of fish, but I was on a pile of fish right on top of them, jig and minnow right in their face. They wouldn't even eat that. So I don't know, I feel like just driving around and doing what I do best. Oh, that mark went right through it. Right to it. Come back. Oh, it's into it for sure. Oh no, I bumped him. Hope that didn't, oh. I hope that doesn't totally throw him off loop. It definitely bumped him there. There we go, nice. Just gotta search and destroy. Oh, that camera's not up right now. It's okay, just a small guy. Not even worth measuring. We'll measure him. We gotta get our 5 in no matter what. We'll measure them. 17, they're really getting smaller. But like I said earlier, perfect eaters. Like I said, I've come to Baker's Narrows in the past and I've caught big lake trout, big pike. I have caught big walleye, but I've never got a focused walleye for the whole day. So far this is fun, just poking around, looking on some humps that have mapped in the past, as I said in the future, humps that I've mapped in the past, looking for lake trout in the fall. And yeah, a lot of those humps that'll hold lake trout later in the year when it gets colder will hold walleye all year. As soon as I get a couple fish of notable size, I'll talk a little bit more about the lure I'm using and all that. But I've tried the hyper hammer. I went to a jig in the minnow for a bit, and now I've been on the hyper rattle. I'm just making one small adjustment to it, which I'll talk about here. You can see on the Mega Live, I'm just off the edge of a really sharp drop off. It's 10 feet up there, and then I'm sitting down here in 20, right on the edge of the drop off. It's a good starting point a lot of times, at the edge of those steep breaks. And then where it kind of plateaus. Somewhere on that plateau. Not that they won't be on those edges, but usually they're somewhere off on that flat area. Oh, come on. That fish shot at it. It's gonna eat, isn't it? Come on. The fish was so into that bait. He's still into it. Got him. Finally ate it. Little guy again though. We're catching some fish. We just got to get the bigger ones, which we will. 17 3/4. See ya. Oh, whoa. Several fish right here. Here's my spot lock here for a bit since there's a bunch of fish and I think it's gonna rain here. Got him. Here we go. Nice. Well, our fifth fish. It's starting to rain a little bit again. So I've got the main camera covered up here right now. I don't think it's gonna get rid of any fish. It may be one of our bigger ones of the day, as in like an 18, 19 incher, but nothing crazy. Got that top hook. 19 1/4. Okay, I got the big camera all bundled up, so I can't use that, but 19 1/4. So at least now we got our 5 and we're starting to upgrade. Weather moving in, not sure what it's gonna do. We're gonna fish through it, even if I gotta put on my rain jacket, rain pants type of thing, but yeah, what a life. Oh yeah, that mark is totally thinking about it. There we go, got him. I think this one's better finally. Yeah, I think this one definitely, I would think it's gonna be better. Don't quote me, I've got them already up here to 5 feet below the boat. Oh, where are you? Where are you? He ate as I was just turning the boat around. Easy, easy. I don't think it's giant, but it's definitely going to be the biggest of the day. I'm gonna net him just because I should have my net ready anyway. Oh, almost knocked him off. Nice. Okay, there we go. A big chunky 22 1/2. Hopefully that'll be our smallest of the day by the time we're done. See ya. Okay, here we go. The rain's kind of holding off, it seems like. It's so hard to tell here. So hard to tell. My GoPro shut off weird. I think I lost all my head camera footage. Thankfully it wasn't a giant. It's only 22 1/2. Oh. Come on. There we go. This one's better. Went to the jig and the minnow, baby. And that mark just slowly came over and ate. Crazy. Sometimes they need a little bit more coaxing, right? Sometimes. Still not what we're after, but definitely better. 20 3/4. Well, we're getting 2 into the 20-inch range, but we still need bigger. See, I'll save that head camera clip because I had problems with the last one. I'm pretty sure I lost a pile of footage with the head camera today already. So unreliable. GoPro, get it together. Still on the jig and the minnow head right now. Plan is to just kind of bounce back and forth between the jig and the minnow head and the hyper rattle. I might try like a jig and a minnow too at some point, but we'll see. If they're very, very finicky, just something small will be good. Nice. That one took so long to get him to eat it. Insane. Maybe better. Maybe better. Oh, I just watched it swim around that jig forever, and finally, dunk, it ate. Jig and the minnow head again. There we go. Not bad. Maybe biggest of the day, I'd say. Probably biggest of the day. Get in there. Yes. Okay. Biggest of the day. Still definitely looking for bigger, but we're getting there. 23 and a half. 23 and a half. Humpback. We're getting there slowly. So usually when I use a jig and a minnow, I use a long shank jig, but I'm using just a minnow head. So I'm using the Kalen's live bait Google Eye jig, 1/4 ounce. And just a minnow head on there, and that's the deal right now. Obviously the hyper rattle is good too. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'll talk about that right now. The hyper rattle, I'm using the 1 ounce one, the biggest one. The only thing I like to do for the bigger walleye is upsize the hook. This is a VMC Barbarian treble, size 6. That is the perfect hook for those biggest size hyper rattles. If you're chasing bigger walleye with them, with the hyper rattles, I definitely recommend upsizing those hooks. Now the hooks you take off of the hyper rattle, the biggest ones, you can put that on the next size hyper rattles. But the Barbarians right here, these trebles, are really, really good. So happy with them so far. VMC probably makes some of the best hooks out there to like replace with your other baits that don't have as good of hooks, or if you need to upsize something like that. So good. Okay, back to the hyper rattle a bit again. Just gotta keep switching. If I find a pot of them I can spot walk, the jig and the minnow head or the jig and the minnow is better, but moving around, this is still my game. Oh, here we go. Suspended. Waiting, 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 dropping. Nice mark. Nice mark. Follow it down. Come on. Nope. Maybe you just didn't see it. Oh, mark showed up down there on the bottom. Couple marks on the bottom. Come on. Oh, some aggressive fish here. Come on. I hit aggressive. Never mind, not aggressive. Some fish here is what I meant to say. They're not aggressive. These fish are everything but aggressive. The odd one will show some signs of aggression. Oh, there we go. Hit it off the bottom. Nice. Okay, doesn't feel very big. Probably not an upgrade for sure, I would say. But hey, we're getting some to bite. Most of them are pinning them to the bottom. Ah, that's an upgrade. Clayton, what are you talking about? You have an 18-incher to upgrade. Yes, upgrade. Let's spot lock here so we can possibly drop down a jig and a minnow head too. To 23, not quite 23 and a quarter, just 23. These things are just chunkers. Look at here, let's get up his fin. Sometimes you get their fin if you raise their belly up. No, can't get him to raise his fin. That thing is just a little football, 23-inch football. Chunky, they are healthy. Wow, see ya. I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, it's probably not an upgrade, it's small. Are you kidding me, Clayton? That's a 5-inch upgrade right now. So much fun. I've been waiting to get a good snap jig walleye bite like this for a while. Oh, it's my funnest. My funnest, is funnest even a word? It's my preferred method of fishing. Like, I just love fishing like this. I love this area. I love everything. I love this day. Oh, life's good. Have I ever said that life is good? I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky to get a fish for a living, basically. The only thing that can make this day better right now is a 30-inch walleye to top it off. gonna happen. We're gonna get a greaser today. I can feel it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh, did he bump it? He kind of bumped it a bit. He's gonna eat it. He is totally gonna eat it. Here, he ate it. I don't think he bumped it the first time. I think I was just stuck on the bottom a bit. It was spongy. Doesn't feel small. Doesn't feel small. Don't pop. That upgraded hook, I have a lot of confidence in. Jeez, it doesn't feel small. My drag is so tight right now. Oh, man. Love how hard they fight in the fall time like this. Just don't be a pike again, right? Oh no. Oh no, it's a walleye. I just hooked on the chin. But it'll probably be an upgrade for my 19-incher, right? I think. Oh, Clayton. Nice. Okay. Should be a little upgrade. 21 3/4. A perky 21 3/4. We're officially all over 20 inches now. See ya. Come on. Come back. Come back. Nice. Is that the big one? Yeah, that's the bigger one. That's the bigger one for sure. Finally, I think I connected with a larger one. This one feels good. There's a couple marks down there, I think, but this was probably the biggest one. Oh, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a gooder. That's a gooder. Drag so tight. I keep my drag tight for that hook set and then try to back it off. That's a gooder. Big chunker. Big chunker. Oh, it's got that bait inhaled. Come on. Yes. Yes. Nice. That's a big one, baby. Not great big, but it's big. Oh, she's mad. Quick measure. That's what we're talking about, baby. Right there. 26 3/4. Just a fat mambo jumbo too. 26 3/4, baby. Yeah. Let's get 4 more this size or bigger yet. Oh, okay. Athpap's got awesome walleyes. Awesome walleyes. Oh, those marks are going down. The bite is turning on. Nice. Even though I never marked my jig or my hyper rattle when I caught this, it doesn't matter. I know I'm reading the fish, what's going on in the area, right? Like a hyper rattle is going to dart in and out of this cone angle all the time, but I can read those fish. They're darting down. I know there's fish in this area that are aggressively hunting the bait. Well, I finally have a fish that's not an upgrade. My last couple have all been upgrades. Nice fish though. Got some, oh, that's an old tooth mark, it looks like. Something had a hold of that fish at some point. This bigger fish is the reason why I changed that treble hook. If you were fishing a lake that doesn't have bigger walleyes in it, you don't have to worry about changing the hook. But it's nice having a bit bigger hook when you have bigger walleyes. Nice. I knew that mark went towards it and I just kept working them. When the boat swings, there's not much I could do. It feels decent. Feels decent. There's another mark down there too. Doesn't feel huge. Oh, I don't like that. That thump, 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 but it's not small. I would guess it's an upgrade. I would guess it's an upgrade. Oh no, it feels good. Ooh, that's when they come unbuttoned right there. Not bad. That should be an upgrade. That's an upgrade. Yes! Nice fish. Smashing walleyes now. 25. Love it. Love it. 25-inch northern golden walleye, baby. So good. See ya. So a lot of these northern lakes, they'll have rock piles. They'll come up to 25, 20, 10 feet type of thing, right? And all around them is surrounded by deep water. And those walleyes slide out of that deep water onto those rock piles and they eat. That's all I'm doing. You just have to do some research and put in some time and drive around and basically map some stuff out, right? That mark went right down there again. You have to do your own homework, your own research. It pays to sometimes just go out and drive around for the day first, look around a little bit, mark some areas, and then go back the next day and fish it. It's not always about just like going to your favorite spot and just spot locking or anchor and then just dropping down. Sometimes you got to look for them, search and destroy. This is my favorite way to target these fish, hands down. Okay, let's focus and try to get this fish to bite because it was interested. Nice. Finally got one to eat. Nice. Okay. He ate it on the way down. Feels decent too. I messed with these fish with a jig and a minnow for the longest time. I was like, you know what? Let's just pick up the hyper rattle because that's what's working. And look at that. Hammered it on the way down. Unreal. That's a gooder. I knew they were big ones. I'm telling you, I had 4 or 5 big fish circling the jig and minnow forever. I'm like, you know what? Let's go back to the hyper rattle and bang. Oh, that's a big upgrade again. Beautiful fish. Beautiful. 26 and a half. 26 and a half, baby. My top 3 are sick. Awesome. See ya. I'm not kidding. Probably 10, 15 minutes, it's at least, I messed with those marks and they kept circling and they'd hardly touch it. And they'd scurry away and they'd hardly touch it and they'd scurry away. And I'm like, you know what? This just isn't not working. Let's go back to the hyper rattle because it was at least working. That last fish ate it as it was falling down. A couple more 26. Oh, it's got rattled. A couple more 26 inches would be beautiful. My smallest right now is 23. A couple more 2.6ers would be good. Am I really gonna get pushed off by rain here all of a sudden in the last half hour of the day? No. No. It continued to rain. I feel like I kind of got ripped off of doing my top 5 challenge in the last half hour of the day. I felt like I was gonna score a monster. So maybe I'll get a chance to get out there again. But I'm back in the cabin. I'm actually ready to tuck her in for the night here. I've already had supper, got cleaned up, all that fun stuff, you know. I love these cabins. It's a little bit of a disaster right now, but these cabins are quite nice. I won't show you the room that I'm using because it's a disaster, but here's one that I'm not using. This is a family cabin here. Where's my lights? Here's somewhere, there it is. This one actually has bunk beds. Bunk beds for the family. And then in my room has one double bed type of thing. So anyways, it's the way she goes sometimes. Can't win them all. I'm gonna do some pike fishing yet. And then I'm gonna have a day out walleye fishing with Mac, who guides here at Baker's and does an awesome job. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, get outside.